Hello friends, I am Professor S.J. Kohli. I teach English to the students of sybsc. Friends, today we are going to see uh, how the interview technique is and presentation skill is. We, right from morning to evening, we just go on speaking and speaking and speaking. Communication. In communication, one human being first of all learns to speak first, then to write. First of all, he speaks, and then he writes. Oral communication plays a great role in communication. Of course, there are face-to-face communication, telephonic conversation, speeches, interviews, presentations, meetings, conferencing, seminars, announcements. All these things are there in
Hola.
all these things are there in a communication. Uh, in First of all, we'll consider interview technique. After BA, BSc, MA, MSc, after your education, you apply for the job.
Hola.
After BA, BSc, MA, MLA, and MSc, we apply for a job. So we have to face interview. Even in MPSC, UPSC also, first of all, prelim exam takes place, then main exam takes place, then there is face-to-face interview for IPS, IAS, Tahsildar, uh, so many posts are there in MPSC and UPSC. So after prelim, after main, there is face-to-face interview. So we are going to see all of you also are going to face interview in your future. After your BSc or BL, you will apply for the job and you have to attend interview. Interview techniques are very simple technique, my friend. One candidate is selected from more candidates. Suppose there is the post for two places, two vacancies. Lot of people apply for that. Lot of people also attend. They come to interview, and among those whoever came over the interview, one or two persons candidates are only selected. How they are selected? They by face-to-face interview. Four or five members group of the juries, group of the people just stand there around the table, and in between them a chair is placed for a candidate to face the interview. First of all, he knocks the door. He comes in. He occupies the seat. He greets the interviewers, and then actual interview starts, comments. But all these things are also considered as a manner how the candidate has got manner, possessed manner. First of all, how he knocks the door, how he comes in, how he asks for the permission to come in, and how he asks permission to come in, and he enters in the room, and he sits on the chair. Coming here and sitting there and getting there, all these also are considered to be his manners. He is also judged by those manners. The interviewers also take into account the manner of this manner also, and the actual technique takes place. There are three stages in in interview technique. Those are preparation stage, performance stage, and review evaluation stage. Let us consider first the preparation stage. How one should prepare for attending the interview. First of all, in presentation stage, there is first self-assessment. The person candidate must be aware of his own talency, ability, competency, confidence, like this. Abilities, strengths, as weaknesses, hobbies, interests, all these things he should be aware of this. It means that how much water he is, how he possesses the qualities, how he knows, how he has got the knowledge of his own self. He should introspect in his inner. Yeah, introspecting, he should see what qualities are there, or strengths and weaknesses are there in his body, in his mind. These things are considered as a self-assessment. There is update and resume. While considering biodata, resume, curriculum vitae, we have learned what is resume. Resume is just like a mirror, to mirror hold upon human body. It means that all his inner and outer qualities are shown in resume. What how he actually what he is, how he has right from the the hairs of the hair to the fingers of leg, how he is, what qualities he possesses, what he knows, how he responds, all these things. Uh, Resume means all his knowledge. First of all, his own quality, then his educational qualification, his hobbies, his experience, his experience of last job where he worked, he had a job. That experience, first of all, full name, then profile, then main body, then educational qualification, how he has passed by BA, BSc, the documents of BA, BSc to be shown, to be placed, to be for the interviewers, and then his experience. Then he gives reference of two people, and then they in this way all resume should be there up to date. It is resume should be updated, update resume. But his all education qualification, all his I told you, resume is just like a mirror of human body. When all human body is poured in the mirror, of course. Then there is a next point: collect information about organization. Before facing the interview, one should observe first how that where he has come to job, how that business firm, how their company, how that factory is, where he is resided, how people are there, what they do, what work you have to do in the company. Yeah, all this study before facing the interview. He should study all those things, organization or company. He should before sending the application. He should study that how people work there, and after the interview, if he is selected, what he is uh, he is supposed to do in the factory or company, what work he is supposed to do, how that their people are there. He should in this overall we can say that all his study of company and for business firm or organization, one should have all these things. Suppose if he is going to take job in senior college, before applying for senior college, you should know how the chairman of that institution is, how the principal of that institution is, how the people work there. You should ask other people how the principal is, how nature of principal is, how the nature of the chairman is. All these things before facing the interview, before placing yourself, you should observe, you should study first all these things, so that at the actual interview he does not find any kind of problem. Of course, there he can freely face the interview, and if he is selected, uh, luckily he is appointed for the job. It is called information. Then think about next point is think about possible questions. We generally which questions will be asked in the interview. This thing he should make judgment. He should judge what questions will be asked there, which questions will be asked there. He should have first hand knowledge. He should have first hand knowledge how to face interview means uh, what questions they will ask. Generally they will ask questions, what is your name, where do you come from, uh, what is about your last experience, how you are going to work here, what do you think, how much salary you will get. Such questions will be asked there, eh? Probable questions. Next point is psychological preparation. One should be prepared psychologically and mentally. We should have got confidence while facing interview. We should not take any kind of tension. Without tension, free-minded. There should not be any kind of thinking in mind. What will happen if I am not selected? Whether I will get the job or not? Then we should have to go another firms, another factory, but then won't get the job. So many thoughts make a crowd in the brain. So we should overcome all those thoughts. Our mind should be very pleasant. Um, our mind should be positive. Positive minded. One should be positive minded. One should think that don't worry. If I don't get this job, other job is waiting for us in the future. So if I am not selected, nothing will happen. In this way, this like this or condition or assumption, we should face the interview without thinking, without taking any kind of tension. Huh? So positive attitude should there, and we should have confidence. Yes, I will face the interview. Whatever questions will be asked, let the questioner will be asked. Well, I am freely, without tension, I will face the interview. And while sitting in the chair, sit straightway and give answers after answers after answer after whatever the interviewer asks. He should be mentally prepared, psychologically prepared. Huh? Then there comes another point now, physical preparation. Physical preparation means, first of all, our appearance. Our physical appearance impresses the interviewers. First of all, first hand knowledge. Uh, first, uh, first of all, he should show how he, first of all, dresses, how he wears dress. One's dress should be polite, very sober, suitable to a candidate. It means white shirt, grey color pant, Even your hairstyle also should be well managed. Our hairs also formally combed. uh, then our boot shoes also uh, polished well. We should not wear jewelries. We should not apply any kind of perfume. In this way, our physical appearance should be there, so that they will think about ourselves. These are the manners also. To wear the clothes, wear the keep the combing, keep the hairstyle, wearing the shoes, belt, shirt in, well dressed, without jewelry. All these things are there in physical preparation. And last is carrying documents. Your all documents, right from your 10th standard to living certificate of 10th standard, mark sheet of 10th standard, mark sheet of 12th standard, HSC, certificates of 12th standard, to BSc, the certificate of BSc also, passing certificate also, uh, and then MSc, whatever education. So all these documents should be well placed in one file, make a file of documents. And while facing the interview, presenting the interview, interviewers should not find any difficulty while handling your documents. They should easily, first of all, 10th class, 12th class, MSc, BSc, chronically, that is placed in the so all document, carry your all documents. Where you go for a job, for interview, let there be any place, your file should be along with you, and well neat, well organized, well placed. All these uh, documents should be placed there. Then this is we have seen, uh, we have considered now preparation stage. After this, we are going to see the performance stage. Okay, this is up to this we have seen preparation. After this is the preparation. Next is performance. How our performance should be there. Actually, performance should be there at the place of interview. Performance. There are some tips are there for performance. First of all, reach the interview place. Wherever interview is, reach there almost 15 minutes earlier. 15 minutes before, we call it 15 minutes before the interview, so that you come there and you adapt yourself with the circumstances of that interview uh, hall. You should manage with that. You should adjust yourself with the atmosphere of that interview hall. Adjust yourself with the circumstances of that hall. So it means that you should come 15 minutes before the actual interview. Okay. Then after coming on there, report yourself to the receptionist. Some assistant person might be there holding the interviews. We all sit out of the hall. Go to him, show him your documents, and place your tell him your name, of course. Whoever comes, sit there. Meet every person with courtesy. Courtesy means politeness, with a smile. With a smile. Greet the interviewer after you enter in the hall, actual hall, where the interviewers all sit there. So going over there, first of all, greet them, saying, "Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir." If it is afternoon, sir, like this. If in the evening, it is evening, sir, like this. And wait unless and until interviewer tells you to sit down, you should not sit down. Wait for them to tell you. Sit natural. naturally. Though you are sitting in the chair, but your leg should be put on the floor, uh, planted on the floor. Sit straight and sit straight, not uh, binding before forwards. Have a cheerful face. Smile with a smile in eyes. If your tension is there, don't show that tension to the people. Have a cheerful face, pleasant, comfortable look, and drop your eyes into the eyes of the interviewers. It means keep your eye contact direct, well, sure. And your, I have already told you, style of entering, how you enter, style of entering, how you enter, how you closing the door, how you close the door, walk towards the chair, walking, greeting, how you greet to the interviewers. All these things include manners. They show manners. Entering, sitting, greeting, all these things shows your manners. How you have got manners to deal with other things. Yeah. Manners also carry a weightage for interview. Right? Weightage for interview. Do not, while the interviewers are speaking, let their speech be finished, then start your speaking. You should not interrupt them while they are speaking, of course, and give impression that you are attentively attending, listening carefully, attentively like this. Give your documents freely in their hands. Respond. I really want to respond. One is not sure about answer. If you don't know the answer, don't worry. Ask politely, sir, please, can you repeat? Sir, please, can you tell me? Sir, I'm afraid, sir, you what you spoke, sir. I dare to ask you, sir. Like this, polite questions should be asked, and don't give answers in a yes no form. If they are speaking, you are only saying yes sir, no sir, no. Don't say yes or no, and even don't give lengthy answers to them also. Yeah, either yes no questions, neither yes no questions nor lengthy questions should be asked there, of course. And don't criticize the former employer. If your former job might be somewhere, don't give refer don't give reference of that job, and don't criticize the former employer. Okay, employer. Politely ask questions but politely, huh? And be alert while attending the interview. Be alert and attentive to the interview. Unless and until you tell to get up, you should not get up from your seat, from your chair, unless or until they tell you to get up. You know. And while getting up, don't forget to say them thank you. Everybody, how many they are, or I don't know, but you should tell them thank you for leaving the chair, from getting up from the seat. You should you should say thank you to all the persons there, and gently leave the room. This is called uh, performance stage. Okay, thank you.